You know that sinking feeling when you realize you've been completely played? 3 months ago, I'm working with this agency founder who discovers her 50K strategy is being rolled out by her prospect's so called internal team. Except it's not internal at all. It's a discount competitor executing every single recommendation from her proposal, word for word. And here's the kicker: the prospect actually emailed her asking for clarification on a few execution details after they've already hired the other agency. If you've ever sent a detailed proposal and heard nothing but crickets, or your follow ups feel like shouting into the void, this might explain what's really happening. Hey, I'm Kurt Schmidt from Schmidt Consulting, and I help creative agencies, marketing shops, and development teams grow without losing their minds or getting ripped off by prospects who treat your expertise like a free sample. That founder I just mentioned, she's not some isolated case. In the past year, I've worked with tons of agency owners who have lived through this exact scenario. The good news, well, once you understand the pattern, it's completely preventable. So let's talk about how to protect your work, your ideas, and your time without coming across as paranoid or difficult to work with. Let's be honest about what's happening here. When someone requests a detailed proposal, they're not always planning to hire you. And as this happens more often than we'd like to admit, they're essentially crowdsourcing free consulting. Here's how it works: they take your audience insights, your strategic recommendations, your creative concepts, and your execution timeline. Then they shop that strategy you spend weeks developing to find the cheapest agency that can implement your ideas. Here's a real example. A SaaS company reaches out about rebranding. The agency does 3 discovery calls, digs deep into positioning, identifies the differentiation opportunities, and creates a comprehensive brand strategy. Their proposal outlines the messaging hierarchy, visual direction, and a complete rollout plan. 2 weeks later, thanks, but we've decided to go in a different direction. 4 months later, new website launches with the exact same messaging strategy, executed by a design shop that charged half the rate because they didn't have to do any of the strategic thinking. So you're out 5K project and you essentially provided 30 hours of free consulting to your competition. So how do you prevent this without scaring away legitimate prospects? Here's what I call the protection framework. The first step, the NDA conversation for any project over 25K or anything involving proprietary strategy, require a mutual NDA before sharing detailed recommendations. And I mean before, not after you've already revealed your approach. Here's how to introduce it. Given the strategic nature of what we'll be discussing, I'll send over a standard mutual NDA that protects both of us and ensures we can speak openly about your challenges and our recommendations. Will some prospects object? Absolutely. But those are most likely the exact prospects who are trying to shop your ideas around. You're not losing real clients, you're filtering out the time wasters. One client started implementing this and lost 3 projects in the first month. But the 4th prospect not only signed the NDA, they signed a 180K contract. The NDA actually positioned them as serious strategists rather than order takers. The second is show the strategy, not the execution. Your proposal should reveal your strategic thinking, but keep the execution detail limited until contracts are signed. Instead of writing something like, we'll create 16 LinkedIn posts per month, focusing on founder storytelling using the hero journey framework with specific, like, the day I almost quit my agency, posting at 8 a.m. Eastern on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and so on and so forth. Write something more like, we'll develop a founder-led content strategy that positions you as the trusted expert in your space, using proven storytelling frameworks that have generated 300% more engagement for similar clients. They understand the value and can see your expertise, but they can't hand that to someone else and say, execute this. And here's where most agencies make a critical mistake. They get so focused on winning the business that they'll agree to anything, including letting clients cherry pick pieces of their strategy. I worked with a performance marketing agency whose prospect loved their media strategy, but wanted to handle creative internally to save money. The agency, looking at a 40K monthly retainer, agreed to provide media buying only. 6 months later, the client terminated them. Why? Because the internal creative wasn't effective, but the agency got blamed when the campaigns underperformed. And here's a better response. I understand the desire to manage costs, but our approach is designed as an integrated system. We've learned that when clients implement pieces with different teams, results suffer significantly. We're confident in our complete process, but we can't guarantee outcomes with a hybrid approach. You're not being difficult, you're being professional. Think about it. Would you hire a surgeon who is comfortable with another doctor handling part of the procedure? Every strategic document you share should be clearly marked as yours, not buried in the fine print. Obvious watermarks on every page says things like proprietary strategy and your agency name with the year and confidential. Here's a strategic tip. Present proposals via video call using screen sharing instead of just sending PDFs that they can forward to competitors. And honestly, it comes across better anyways. One agency I work with creates proposal presentations that expire after 48 hours. If prospects want to review the details again, they need to schedule another call. It might seem overly cautious, but it's incredibly effective. Sometimes, despite your precautions, you'll sense something is off. Here are the red flags to watch out for. They'll ask for just a few more details about your process after receiving a comprehensive proposal. They'll want to better understand your timeline by requesting detailed project plans before signing contracts. They'll mention comparing different approaches and ask you to explain how your strategy differs from specific tactics you've never shared publicly. When you notice these warning signs, you have two options: increase your protections or walk away. Sometimes walking away is the smartest business decision. That agency founder from my opening story, she now has a standard response: I appreciate your interest in understanding our approach better. The detailed execution strategies you're asking about are proprietary methodologies we share with our clients after contracts are signed. I'm happy to discuss our general philosophy and case study results. About 60% of the prospects who push back on this boundary aren't serious buyers to begin with. Your ideas are your currency. Your strategic thinking is what clients are paying premium prices for. Stop giving it away for free in hopes of winning business. The agencies that are thriving protect their intellectual property carefully. The ones that don't are essentially running consulting businesses where they forgot to send the invoice. Here's my challenge. Before sending your next proposal, ask yourself, if this prospect shared my document with my biggest competitor, would I be comfortable with that? If the answer is no, add more protection. Your future self will thank you when you stop working for free. If this resonated with you, subscribe for more strategies to help agency owners build profitable and protected businesses. And share in the comments, have you ever had a prospect use your ideas without hiring you? How did you handle it? I read every response. Let's build the best agencies that work for us, not against us. Thanks for watching.